the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We build artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, Ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free, and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It is Friday, 2nd August 2024. We're coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, we are in the month of August. And just yesterday, we celebrated our Emancipation Day here in Trinidad and Tobago, and there were so many activities on the island of Tobago yesterday, which we will speak about later on in the program. We are so happy that you are here with us this morning. We always want to say thank you so much for making us a part of your morning routine, whether you're getting ready for work, you're in your kitchen, or even in your kitchen garden. Whatever you're doing this morning, we say thank you so much for choosing us and making us your number one choice. Before we get on into all of our conversations this morning, we head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
The news is brought to you by Standards. At Standards, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, August 2nd, 2024. Breaking news, a fire has destroyed Dave's Discount Hardware in Kenya and Tobago. The cause of the blaze is currently unknown. More information will be provided in a subsequent newscast. Up next, to commemorate the African Emancipation Day celebrations and a month-long of activities for the Tobago Heritage Festival, various cultural groups across Tobago took to the streets of Crown Point in an African Emancipation Day parade. The procession started at the Colosseum and trekked through the main street of Crown Point. Several THA secretaries and assistant secretaries were present along with participants in the Miss Heritage Personality Competition and the winner of the Junior Heritage Personality Competition. The parade concluded at the Strawberry Beach facility with an evening of cultural performances under the theme, A People, a Nation, a Journey of the Drums to Freedom. And finally, Trinidad and Tobago's athletes will participate in 8 days of track and field events at the Stade de France starting today. Four-time Olympian Michelle Liayi and Lee Bertrand competed in the women's 100 qualified event earlier this morning. Devin Augustine will compete in the men's 100 on August 3rd, followed by Jerry Richards in the men's 400 on August 4th and the 200-meter on August 5th. Two-time Olympian medalist Keyshawn Walker will participate in the men's javelin on August 6th, while Nicholas Paul and Tracy Brown will start the men's sprint qualifying on August 7th. The women's 4x100 relay team and Porteous Warren in the women's shot put will compete on August 8th. The men's 4x400 team will run on August 9th, and Paul and Brown will close out the TNT's participation on August 11th. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Diana, for our news there in 90 seconds. And, coming out of the news, very unfortunate news this morning, hearing about the fire that is taking a blaze at the Dave's Discount Mart there in Crown Point. And we know that the fire officials are on the scene and trying to put the fire out. Yeah. And going by reports, it's also very concerning to know that from what we understand, the fire trucks had to make several trips to the compound in an attempt to put the blaze out because of I don't even know if it's something that it is very, very concerning that they had to make these trips because of a water situation there. And I'm thinking, these water hydrants, are they not maintained? Is there not a list?
On a monthly basis or a quarterly basis to see what's taking place?
Yeah, and you know, it really is more than concerning. It also is disturbing. So I'm hoping that we could get some more information and more insight as to what happened there that caused that situation to take place down there. And I do hope that they're able to, you know, put the fire out as soon as possible. I know the family members and the owners of that business are probably in distress at this point in time. And so we do hope that they can recover whatever they can in the midst of what is happening there, you know. But on a lighter note, Biana, it was Emancipation Day yesterday, and you know there was that parade in the Crown Point area from the Colosseum to Store Bay yesterday, you know, with all the different cultural groups taking place there, and culminating with a cultural display, a cultural event yesterday. I had the opportunity to be there yesterday, assisting and hosting the event, and I'm telling you, it really was an really amazing time. In as much as it was so hot, I was sweating, but I had a wonderful time. Were you able to attend any of the events yesterday, Biana?
Yes, Adana. I did the parade. So I started at the Colosseum and then ended at the Strawberry Beach facility. Though the sun was very unforgiving, it was really unforgiving.
It really was. But the thing about it is that, you know, people coming out from the different communities and the Crown Point area, you know, coming to support and to celebrate the occasion yesterday. It was really amazing to see so many persons there yesterday. And, you know, to be involved and engaged in what was happening there. You know, I even hosting the event, I even did a little dance for them. I gave them a little jig, a little brush back. You know, it really was very exciting. You know, and so the events kind of was, you know, it played off really nice in the end.
Yes, and I love some of the attires of the secretaries. It was really, you know, outstanding to see their attire, the African attire.
That's right. And while I was looking on at their faces, while each cultural group was performing, I could see every single one was smiling and beaming with pride, you know, especially when the groups, I think it was the junior group there, when they were on stage, you could see the pride, you know, beaming from all the secretary space, knowing that our culture is in good hands. We have a future culturally here on the island of Tobago. All right, Biana, thank you so much for joining me here on this set this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, as I continue to talk about that cultural event yesterday, I'm telling you, it was so much fun. Most of the secretaries of the THA were there. We had patrons from the communities in Crown Point, Bonaport, Canaan, people coming from far and wide, even groups from Charlottesville were there yesterday. So I want to say congratulations to the Division of Tourism, particularly the Department of Culture, headed by Jessie Taylor, the cultural officer too, there for that production that they did yesterday, and the involvement of all the cultural groups that came out, you know, ensuring that we preserve the culture here on the island of Tobago. And in fact, you might not be aware, for those of you who were not there, but I have evidence that our Chief Secretary, yes, Afali Chavez Augustine, he took his turn on the steel pan yesterday. Yes, he did. He was playing a few notes there yesterday, and I'm telling you, it really was an amazing time. And I do hope that as much as you as possible, there he is on the steel pan yesterday, you know, getting his notes in there. The rendition there was from Merchants Caribbean Connection, and he was really getting into it yesterday. I tell you, it was an awesome time at the Strawberry Beach facilities yesterday afternoon. For those of you who missed it, it was a really awesome time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the morning where we celebrate with those who are celebrating. We head on over to our birthday shoutouts. And this morning, on Screen and Celebrating, we want to say happy birthday to Josanne Rojas. Josanne Rojas is celebrating a birthday today, and we want to say happy birthday to you, Josanne. And we pray God's blessings upon your life. Happy birthday to you. And this is Yolan Daniel. Yolan Daniel, this is a belated birthday. She celebrated yesterday. No, she's celebrating today. Sorry, today's her birthday, actually. And we say happy birthday to you, Yola. We pray God's blessings upon your life. And as you enter into this new year, this new chapter of your life, that you continue that bright smile. If you know anything at all about Yolan, she's always wearing a smile. And so we want you to keep that smile on your face as we wish you happy birthday. And of course, for all of you who are celebrating birthdays, even if we don't have your photos, we want to say happy birthday to you. And remember to put God first and to give him thanks for life. And staying with Yolande and her husband Ken also celebrated their anniversary yesterday. Yesterday was their wedding anniversary. So we say happy anniversary to Yolande and Ken. And we do pray God's continued blessings upon your marriage union. And we pray that you have many more years of laughter and smiling together there. So we say happy anniversary to you guys. God bless you. All right, so we have a nice new fancy set this morning, and it's really, really nice to see bright colors, just to lift your morning, to lift your day, and to tell you that there is a bright, no matter what happens, there's a bright future ahead. There's always a silver lining behind your dark cloud. There's always sunshine after the rain. And so this is what our set is saying to you this morning, and I do hope that you enjoyed. Even you see our graphics have changed a little bit. This is, of course, to give you that spirit of hope. Wherever you go in your life, things change sometimes for the better. We have challenges, but there are things will always change. So that is one message we want to send to you this morning as we interact with our new set and our new graphics here on the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. All right, you might be wondering, who are we speaking with today? This morning we start our conversations with Gavy Sandy, yes, singer and songwriter and the reigning monarch of the Tobago Heritage Festival, Calypso Monarch. And of course, it's Friday, and because it's Friday, Mr. Cricket will be here a little bit later on. That's Marcus Daniel, yes, our sports host, and he will be here speaking on all things sports happening on the island of Tobago, in and around, and possibly where our athletes are in the world. So that is what our program is going to be looking like for you today. We do hope that you can stay with us. Of course, we always enjoy you being here. We enjoy your comments. We appreciate the support that we get from you. And of course, we say a special good morning and happy month of August to all of you. We do hope as you write your goals down that you are able to achieve them. And we pray God's blessings and God's grace and God's speed to all of you. Thank you so much. We have to go for a short break before we begin conversations this morning in studio. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Pamstar Promotions and Charns Bookstores are happy to bring the 2024 New Wave Max Championships to Lowlands Mall, 8th to 10th August. Participants must be between ages 9 to 12 years. Lots of prizes to be won. To register, call 471-2604. For the best prices on school books, WhatsApp 471-2604 or 371-4824. 3 lucky students will win their book list for free.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens is coming down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle. A million strong come to
Go in, you have to stop it, you have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it again.
That's it, that's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun, and Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Get ready for the I Choose Sport Summer of Sport. And we're bringing the action to Tobago on Saturday, August 3rd. Win great cash prizes in our football tournament and show off your track and field skills. Have fun with our traditional and novelty games, bouncy castles, giveaways, and so much more. Meet some of our Tobago sporting legends up close. It all happens at the Montgomery Recreation Grounds from 10 a.m. on Saturday, August 3rd. See you there.
Welcome to the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort, where we will be hosting the very first annual CM Golf Academy Charity Golf Tournament. Some of the proceeds from this tournament will be going to my childhood school, the Montgomery Government School, and our neighboring school, the Bucco Government School, where we will be assisting students in various needs. We'll be having players from all over the globe, friends from Canada, Barbados, and also here in Tobago and from Trinidad, and a few friends from America as well. So you can come here in the land of sea, sun, and sun, and come and have some fun with us here in Plantation.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. And as we continue talking about culture, how can I forget to mention my very good friend there, the administrator in the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. Mr. Julian Skeet was also present at yesterday's event, you know, having a good time there. Hats off, of course, to the secretary, assistant secretary, and all those who were involved in putting that show on yesterday. Also in attendance yesterday is our next guest, Miss Gavy Sandy. She is currently the reigning monarch of the Tobago Heritage Calypso Monarch. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me on this morning's program.
Of course, a pleasure to have you here with us this morning. And so we're talking about Tobago Heritage Calypso Monarch, and you are the reigning monarch. Not only are you the reigning monarch, you are retaining your crown from last year into this year. So what does that feeling, that sense of accomplishment, how does it feel to be not just reigning, but of course having to compete against others and retaining the crown?
Honestly, I am just grateful, you know, that I would have accomplished such. And a bit of excitement is there as well, because not much persons would have done such, and I'm really grateful and excited about the whole experience.
And now we know that you're not new to the stage. You've been in the arts, in culture for many, many years. In fact, for as long as I've known you, I've been hearing the name. So I know that it is not something that is new to you. What does it take in terms of preparing, getting yourself ready for the stage in front of a large audience? A lot of persons might feel very shy. They might not have the confidence. What does it take to prepare yourself mentally, not just for your rendition, but just to face the audience who, of course, they have their persons who they are supporting and they have their opinions and their preferences. How do you prepare yourself mentally to get on that stage and deliver your best performance?
I love that you mentioned that I've been doing it for a while, because I started at the tender age of 6. So this year will be 22 years since I've been in the Calypso art form. In terms of preparation, you have to be determined, because going in Calypso competition, you could easily be deterred by, you know, feats that you may face and so on. So determination is one of the most important things. In terms of preparation as well, you have to push yourself to give of your best and be reminded while going through the different phases in preparation, the competition is won on the night of the show. So yes, you want to prepare to the best of your ability, but you have to give of your best on that competition night.
Absolutely amazing things going in there, you know. And okay, so now that you're performing these songs, the songs are written and you're sitting with the lyrics. How do you connect yourself with the lyrical content of the song to bring that performance on the stage? Because you know you have to you have to give a kind of a, what you call the theatrics of it to ensure that you deliver the song so that persons can understand. Because while they pay attention to the lyrics, they also want to pay attention to how you deliver it in terms of your body movement and all the theatrics that you put out there to ensure that you tell the story of the song.
Well, first you have to understand the song, and in my instance, I don't write. So when the writer gives me the song, I have to sit and get a great understanding of what is being said here, and try to become one with this song in order to deliver it so that the audience could understand what I am saying.
So it takes a little bit of research to ensure that you understand the story and the backstory to some of these things. Because, our culture in Tobago is so rich and so diverse. And I mentioned to one of our guests recently that we have so many stories that are untold. And so sometimes it takes a little bit of research and, getting to be one with the song. And this is you here performing that piece. It's called We Come Back, right? So tell us a little bit about the story behind We Come Back.
So it basically speaks to coming back to our customs, our tradition, despite persons, saying that it's dying and we kind of phasing it out. But we come back, and we will continue to come back to the Mariah Old Time Wedding or Old Time Carnival, the games we used to play in Mason Hall, the Belmana Riot or Tambourine Story. We come back, and we are, determined to preserve and revive and sustain our rich and diverse culture.
And as you're talking about coming back and preserve and sustain our culture, how do you feel in terms of the handing over? Because we know that the older ones have the responsibility to hand over to the younger ones, but the younger ones also have a responsibility to receive what is being handed to them. How do you see that process taking place? Do you see a synergy there between the older generation and the young ones in terms of bridging the gap and ensuring that our culture is preserved for generations to come?
I think we are doing an excellent job. For example, the Calypso Monarch, most of the competitors were relatively young persons, so we have an interest in it. And, once we have that interest, the older folks should also play a part in giving us that information, no gatekeeping, as we would say now, and just share the knowledge with us so to ensure that the culture is preserved and passed on.
And how do you feel in terms of the culture that we have here on the island of Tobago? I know a lot of people beam with pride when we talk about some of the elements of our culture, which is indigenous to Tobago. Not even Trinidad shares that part of our culture. There are so many things that is unique to Tobago. In terms of standing on an international stage and speaking about our culture, how would you feel, selling Tobago as a cultural icon on the planet?
Oh, well, I will boast of our culture because we are second to none, right? I will definitely boast about it. Our music, our cuisine, our dance, you can't find that anywhere else in the world, right? And I think a bit more marketing could be done to take us to the next level.
Right, absolutely amazing. And so now, what is next for Gavy? Where do you go from here?
Okay, well, I don't have any immediate plans, but I'm just taking it one step at a time. But be assured that I would not give up on Calypso. I would not give up on Tobago's culture, ever.
I love that. I love the fact that you said in the end that you will never give up on Tobago culture. And not just that, ever. Because, it's something that we have to preserve,
Yes, most definitely.
It keeps us kind of separate from everybody else in terms of this is ours. And so we package it in such a way that is Tobago centric, and so I love that you are willing to do that. And I do hope that, the powers that be and all the other agencies who are responsible for culture, and from what I'm seeing, especially for the Tobago Heritage Festival, where we saw both the old and young coming together in their different art forms there, presenting a product of our Heritage Festival that speaks to that preservation of our culture. And I do hope that we can take it to the next level and, of course, market Tobago as a cultural mecca globally, of course, and bringing people here on a consistent basis to see what Tobago has to offer. Gavy, we thank you so much for joining us this morning. I was tempted to ask you to sing a little verse for us, but I know you've been going and going and going. And I heard from you yesterday at the program, the event yesterday. So I know that it's good stuff, and I know that we are in good hands. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Gavy Sandy. She is the reigning monarch of the Tobago Heritage Calypso Monarch, retaining her crown from last year and winning again this year. And we do hope that our culture continues to thrive. And I believe that the young ones are coming up, as long as we keep them involved in what is happening and teach them the things of the old, so that we can preserve it and tell our stories in beautiful ways as we usually do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go for a short break before we continue our programming here today. And as we go for a break, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
She said to me that me now want no other man. So seriously, and I want you and them woman. Tell them for me that me now want no confusion. And then she said, rock me, Rootsy come rock me, rock me. Don't stop, she said, pan me belly, Rootsy come pan me belly.
How it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Live more.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, of course, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying tuned to Tobago Update Television. And we are now into the sporting segment. Yes, into the sporting segment. And we're talking this morning Tobago Hill Climb Festival. Of course, you guys saw that lovely video to start this morning's sports show. Of course, we're also into Olympics, so very much exciting times for persons involved in sport. I know this morning we had the start of athletics, and we had two of our runners from Trinidad and Tobago participating in the women's 100 meters. And of course, the veteran Michelle Liai, unfortunately, she is not going to play any further part, having finished, I think, fourth in her heat. But a disappointing time, so she missed out. But our younger one, Leah Bertrand, she's into tomorrow's semi-final. So much to look forward to in terms of Trinidad and Tobago. But yeah, athletics. I mean, I think most persons think that the Olympics is all about athletics, you know. But I'm sure that you'd have seen like swimming, judo, football, all the different sporting aspects out there in Paris. Yeah, but this morning we're talking with Mr. Dexter Sandy. And Dexter is, I think, head of the Tobago Racing Club. Tobago Motorsport Association, yes, Tobago Motorsport Association. Mr. Dexter, good morning.
Good morning, Marcus, and good morning to all your viewers.
Yes, fantastic. You've been following the Olympics?
Of course. Up to yesterday, I was looking at Simone Biles, doing her thing, getting her goal.
I realize you just dabble in the sport of danger. You like motorsport and gymnastics.
Yeah.
So motorsport, not Olympics.
No,
unfortunately. Well, same thing with cricket now. We've been trying to fight for cricket to get in.
Correct,
so I'm hearing that probably next 4 years we'll have cricket in the in the Olympics. So I'm hoping that. But is it in the pipeline in terms of motorsport being a part of Olympics?
I haven't heard anything along those lines, but it would be interesting if motorsport could get some kind of aspect in the Olympics.
Yeah, of course it's global, and people see it as a pinnacle of sports in that sense. But yeah, we're talking about the 3rd annual Tobago Hill Climb Festival.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, tell us when it's going to start. And
all right, so the Hill Climb Festival is here once again. I could definitely see this is the 3rd edition. And it's really an international hill climb event now.
International, wow.
And I would say international because we have had participants from as far as the UK, Suriname, Trinidad, Tobago. So it's not just an event that is hosted in Tobago, and Tobagonians alone participating, but we have had persons from outside of the territory coming to Tobago and participate.
And what has in fact, you all would advertise outside of Trinidad and Tobago, or for persons who participate would tell a friend outside, hey, come along here.
So what we do, we partnered with the Trinidad and Tobago Rally Club. And the Rally Club has members who are based from the UK, Suriname, and other territories, but their cars are stored in Trinidad.
Because I was not going to ask how they come in, because if I come in from the UK, I would want to drive my vehicle. Or is it that racers does normally share vehicles?
So it's his vehicle. The guy from the UK, Harold, in this instance, Harold owns a BMW. He bought it and left it here in Trinidad and Tobago. So when he comes here, he races here.
So he's Trinidadian or?
Nope. He's born out to the UK.
All right, so he likes coming to Trinidad and Tobago to have a good time.
Yes,
correct. Is it what? Our roads are better, or we have a better racing facility here?
He's a veteran in racing, especially when it comes to rally, and he formed that relationship with the Rally Club many years ago, so he always comes out and supports and participates.
That's really good. So is he going to bring others from the UK to come as well?
Well, that's the hope. That's the hope that, we get more foreigners interested in it, and we find an avenue. If they can't purchase a car and leave it here, that we find a way to get them to ship their cars when we do have the event and we put on.
You mentioned BMW, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of the racing, the racing is based on what? Categories or horsepower? How it works?
So we have different categories of cars, different classification of cars, and you see different types of cars. You will be there. I mean, from the videos you're seeing there, you're seeing Radicals. Those are the very low cars on the ground. You're seeing a regular B30, the Mitsubishi, Evolution, the Subarus. Even seen some drift cars that participate on an annual basis going up the Belmont Road. So, I mean, it's a variety of cars that come out and participate on the hill climb every year.
And all these riders or drivers, they are seasoned campaigners, but no amateurs.
Correct. These are seasoned drivers. And the cars themselves are outfitted with very specific safety instruments. There's fire suppression kits in them. There are roll cages in case the car flips. Right, that the car shell doesn't cave in, so the driver is safe. I mean, thankfully for the past 2 years, we've had a very safe event. Minor slip off the roadway, just pull them back on and they go again. Nothing major, right? And we always have the support of the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Services.
Fantastic.
So it's a safe event.
Yeah, and you mentioned minor slip off the road. In terms of the viewing of the public, I know people who are into motorsport, they like to be right there, like they're actually racing. In terms of the safety of the viewing public, is there a particular area they have to view from?
Correct. We do have specified spectator zones, which is way off of the main road, and a safe vantage viewpoint for them to see, to record with their phones, however it is they want to participate in terms of spectating. And I mean, you look at, like, for example, in Barbados, they have the rally and you see the cars going through the villages, and people are right at the roadside. Right? We are not that risky, right? We make sure that the patrons are well off the road, and in the areas where there may be a risk, we do have marshals there with the vests to say, listen, step
really
back,
cool.
stay away.
That's really cool. Do you see this event like a sport tourism? Because I mean, I expect like Trinidadans to come across as well.
Correct, yes. And that was the whole purpose of creating the event.
Yeah.
It was to create a sport tourism aspect where we have, because last year we had just over 23 cars registered, and each car would bring a team of at least 4. Right, to support the car. And then you have supporters, families who come across. So on any hill climb weekend, you may have probably about 300-400 persons coming across. That's room
hotels,
car rentals. And I mean, we do they do come across and add value.
Yes.
And they provide sporting entertainment. And I mean, we as Tobagonians, we really need to take advantage and come out and see these things, because we sit down and watch it on ESPN and Tobago updates and all these channels.
Yes.
But it's really at home right now. So come on out next weekend.
Yes.
The festivities start next week, Friday. At the mall car park, the Lowlands Mall car park. So there you'll see from 5:30, you get to view all the cars, you get to see the cars, touch, come close.
All the participating cars.
All. Because that's the day that they do the actual registration. And we go through what we call scrutineering, double checking and making sure all the safety gears are there, things like that. So the spectators get a chance to move in between the cars, talk to a driver, pose with a driver. If you want to sit in a car, there's opportunity to do all of that on Friday evening. And then on Saturday morning...
It's Friday at Lost Restaurant. That's
just in the car park, right outside Lost Restaurant there.
And everything is free. You don't have to pay...
Correct. It's free to the public. And then on Saturday morning, we kickstart at 10 a.m. on Belmont Road. Everybody asks, where's Belmont Road?
Yeah, where's Belmont?
That's
not
Farm
that.
Road. No. That's the connector road between Hope and Mason Hall. So we start just at about Hope Farm entrance there. And we do have shuttles. So the shuttles, you need to be in the stage before 10 a.m.
That's this for the riders.
Yep.
Okay.
So in terms of the spectators, So the spectators, we're going to have shuttles that are going to pick you up at the bottom of the hill and carry you up
to the safe zone. All right. Okay.
If you're in before we start the show, and you do have a 4x4, there are areas you could park your 4x4 and your tailgate for the day. Walk with your cooler, walk with your snacks.
And this is all free. The shuttle is all free.
All free, right? This shuttle is provided by the Tobago House of Assembly. They sponsor the shuttles. So, it's something that's really a family affair.
I like that.
To come out and really enjoy motorsport for the entire day on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we move to the parade grounds. That's our home in Tobago here, the parade grounds for motorsport. We're actually going to have the dexterity, head-to-head dexterity competition.
So tell me about the dexterity. What's
So the dexterity is really cars, regular cars, that line up in 2 lanes and they navigate through cones and tires, to time. And it's head-to-head action. So in this one particularly, we have a lot of Tobago entrants. About 15 cars will be participating here from Tobago, as well as we do have entrants from Trinidad. So it's a fun-filled family activity from Friday, go straight up to Sunday next week. That's the 9th to the 11th of August. We encourage everybody to come on out. And it's free. It is free. Pack your cooler, pack your lunch bag, you come on out and enjoy.
So I was Tobago hill climb, because I was thinking, wait, it's only hill climbing and thing. So what is the idea behind the name of it?
So we really wanted to bring rally back to Tobago, because rally would have been in Tobago some years ago down at the Pauline Estate, and persons would have really enjoyed that version of rally. But this is what we call tarmac, where it's actually racing on the streets. And there isn't any other area suitable in Tobago that we could really get the traffic restrictions and stuff to really have this kind of engagement. So we looked at the Belmont Road 3 years ago, and it was suitable. We went to the police, we went to fire services, we went to the chief sec himself, and they all gave a thumbs up to the event. So we were able to go in to the area. Even yesterday, we went up and we met with all the residents in the area.
This is fantastic.
The residents were there yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, you're here again." They get accustomed to it. And you see residents coming out, they're doing the little vending, they're supporting.
Exactly.
You come out and you make some money because you have people in the area. That's what we encourage with sport tourism. So, I mean, it's something that continues to grow. And a lot of people always say, well, we don't hear about it until after.
Right.
So
we
we
hear a week before.
Correct.
Thanks
We're
to
here
Big
to Big Update again. Thank you so much for accommodating us.
Yes.
And we'll be back again next week.
Yes.
Probably we'll come with a couple drivers.
That'll be really good.
So you get some first-hand knowledge of how they feel, what they do in terms of prepping a car to be on the road and things like that.
Yeah. So Belmont Road, right? That will be blocked up or locked up from
on Saturday, next week Saturday,
from what time?
From as early as 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So you have to access if you're living in the area, how we get into
So the residents will have resident car passes, and when they come in and if they want to leave, they'll just signal to one of the police officers,
right?
And at an appropriate time, they'll be able to be escorted and leave the area.
Yeah. What's the degree of difficulty? What's the difficult part of racing that Belmont Road? And tell me about the dexterity thing in terms of what do you all look for?
All right. So specifically with the hill climb, the cars that are set up for this type of event are not the 500 and 600 horsepower cars. Right. But they are rally cars. Most of them push between 2 to probably high 300s in horsepower. The drivers, as I said, they are skilled, they're trained. These are seasoned rally drivers. And they have been participating in the rally for most of them over 5 years. Right, and a good bit of them have participated in regional rallies as well. So it's something that we're not going out there and we're hooping and guessing, and it's professionals basically that are going to be participating. We even have 3 Tobago guys from the Tobago Motorsport Association, will be participating.
And what are those guys?
Ajmal Mustafa.
Well, Ajmal been around forever.
Forever. Richard Mohammed and Mark Mohammed.
Okay.
Those are our participants from the Motorsport Association. They're going to be coming out. They always represent over the last 2 years.
Right.
So this year they're going to come out, bring their cars, the supporters, and we're encouraging everybody to come out and see. And I mean, for the young guys who are into motorsport and thinking, how could I participate in this? Really come out, see the cars, see what is required of a car.
Right.
And so you know how you have to build your car.
Yes.
Because it really takes a serious investment.
And it's a legal way to ride. Because I used to remember long ago, coming from up by Monks in George side only, and I had to pull aside because men illegally racing by Bacalet there.
Right.
So you have an opportunity here if you like racing to join the Tobago Motorsport Association, register your vehicle, ensure you have the required vehicle and the safety as well, and go and race.
Correct.
And you could win money and get trophies and
Correct. And I mean, just to wet your feet, that's where the dexterity event comes in on Sunday.
Right.
Because you could come with a regular car, a non-turbo car.
Right.
You must have your seat belt, right? You must have long pants.
Fire extinguisher as well.
Correct. Well, we have an exemption for the fire extinguisher for the dexterity because it's really a low-risk event.
Right.
But it's really an event that teaches you how to navigate through cones.
Mash brakes, drive fast, and all that. Right.
Correct. In a safe.
Or then my Honda could come in there. Right?
Sure. And that's what we encourage persons to come out and learn. So from there, you know, if this is my thing, and then you find out now, how do I have to build a car? What do I need to put? Where do I start? That's the kind of information we can share with you.
Is it that expensive sport?
It depends on how much you want to give it. That car can take as much as you want to give it. Yeah, I mean, the guys who are into drag racing, I must speak a little bit about drag racing. We have some drag racers here in Tobago that really go to Trinidad and represent Tobago. Right, Michael Toby out of Bethel.
And the Toby, that's the arranger, the pan arranger.
Right, he has a Sufero there that is I think he was down into the 8-second category now. The last time shocking Toby was in the 9s.
Right.
I know Toby has been pushing and pushing. Right, Medicine Man has been pushing.
That's his name, Medicine. Okay.
He has been pushing his brand and his car and really focusing on investing into the sport. We also have Singh. Right, Hardware's son.
The son. Okay.
Son, right. He also has cars. He's into different drift and that kind of thing, but he also has a race car. And recently he celebrated going down under that 9-second category. So we do have racers here in Tobago who are going and representing and building stuff. It's just for us now to put things in place, to have our own facility here, so these guys could showcase themselves right here at home.
But what's the thrill with motor racing? Because I mean, I don't see the need for speed for me. Right?
You had to get behind the wheel.
What is
you
it?
had to sit down in the passenger seat, Marcus.
Not in the passenger seat, what?
Feel that adrenaline rush. Yeah.
Wow,
Once you know you're in a safe vehicle, a safe environment, trust me, you just release and you go.
Wow. Wow. Maybe in my 60s, right? But I've lived that most, right? So in terms of having a home for motorsport in Tobago, I mean, I know there were talks about having something in Canopy. Is that discussion still ongoing? What's happening there?
The discussion is still ongoing. I mean, we have been getting some light updates from the Tobago House of Assembly, but to date, we have not really gone and seen the site. And know that, okay, this is the site and this is what we can do. We still are waiting that kind of feedback, but we're still hopeful.
Right.
We're still hopeful. So for now, they allow us to really use the parade grounds for a practice session. So most weekends, persons will park in cars there. It's really practice sessions. These are different people in drifting, in karting, even the radio control guys, they are going out there and they are practicing, even the dexterity guys. They go out there, hone their skills, so that they do go down. And the drifters, I must speak about the drifters, they have been going and participating in drift series in Trinidad, right? And we have one of our very own would have won last year,
right?
You know, so we are really making headways. The guys are investing in their cars, and we really need something here that we can showcase to mommy, daddy, uncle, granny. Look, this is what I've been doing. Because there's no, you leave home with the car, you know, right? And they go on the boat and they come back, right? But if we have a facility here, they could really come out and witness what it is we have been doing.
Because I mean, is there a hope that someday down the road, I mean, you be in the head, or even not there as a head, that you'll love to see down the road someone from Tobago get like this guy Louis in Grand Prix. Hamilton Lewis. Can we actually get to that stage?
And I can tell you this, that Ajmal Mustafa has a very young son who is into motorsport, and he is into karting. And as at that stage, there's where he starts, and he's showing a lot of potential. So you never can tell. We may see him at that level once he gets the continued push, because he has the right push he started off with. But once he gets the continued push, we can see persons from Tobago being represented on a worldwide scale.
And would you say, right, that this event, this Tobago Hill Climb Festival, it's the biggest in the country?
I would say so. You know, and because of this event, Tobago Motorsport Association, right now, we're planning another event called King of the Hill. Right? So that is something to be released later on. We should be releasing that information by the end of August, very early September. And it's really for the drifters. So I'm putting the drifters on standby, the drifters from Tobago.
This is in September, right?
And we're going to have the event in November.
Okay.
Right, but we're going to launch it at the end of this month or early September. So I'm saying to the drifters, get ready. You've been asking, right? So King of the Hill Tobago edition is coming. Get your cars prepped.
And tell me about, as I asked earlier, about this being an expensive sport. Tell me about sponsors supporting these events.
So definitely, you get interested in participating in this, you buy a car and you start building out your car. And once you start performing over a period of time and sponsors see and that you've been proving yourself, you see them jumping on board. And in an event like this, when we started, I mean, the THA was there the first year. And we really went out to corporate asking for sponsorship. And for today, I mean, I can name out, with the Tobago House of Assembly continues to be a sponsor. We have NP Ultra, we have Shell, Helix Ultra, Stag, Sheppy's Auto Rental. Sheppy's has always been, as a Tobago businessman, been on board, providing support with rental cars, right, as service cars. Yako Lubricants, Sunoco Racing Fuel. And then even in Tobago here, we have Jimmy's Holiday Resort. You have Berrylink Cellular. You have 954 Auto. You have Ajmal and his business space, Uptown Tobago Motor Service, right? So you have different persons coming on board, even Holly, right on Tiantec corner there. Holly has been an avid supporter of the Tobago Motorsport Association. We must say thanks to these guys. And we have a lot of more small sponsors coming out. So when you see we coming around and we're asking for a little sponsorship towards a trophy or so, it's really to encourage these participants to come back year and year for the event to grow.
Fantastic. And when they do come, is it just a race or you have like you're taking them to nylon pool as well too?
So so the guys try to fit it in, right?
Right.
Because when they do come to Tobago, they usually come the Thursday and the Friday.
Right.
We kickstart down at the car park, the registration, but Friday morning they all over the place. They really fit in the nylon pool. Right. Friday evening is down to business and Saturday is racing all day.
All day, right.
Right. And then Sunday we really start racing from about midday out of the parade ground. Right. We have the prize giving ceremony also on Sunday. And Sunday, besides the dexterity, we're still going to sneak in a little bit of a drift display. Right.
Okay.
So it's a lot of activities to be able to participate as a spectator and as a competitor. So I'm encouraging everybody to come on out to the parade grounds. It's free. Don't worry about it.
So and tell me about the prizes and stuff.
Yeah, so for the competitors that are going to be participating, especially with the hill climb, it's part of a series. So they would have been participating in other legs in Trinidad.
Right.
And at the end of the year, there's where they will get their titles.
Something like the Grand Prix.
I
like that.
Right?
I like
but
that.
we do have trophies and prizes that will be given just for the hill climb itself. We'll be doing that distribution on Sunday, so it's a lot of trophies and hampers.
Right.
For the dexterity guys, yes, we're going to have cash prizes and trophies and, of course, the bragging rights for another year.
Yeah.
So go home with that you would have conquered the track, the fastest time on the track.
So who should I look forward to as a neutral, because I don't know about motorsport, right? So tell me, if I come the next weekend, who to look? What's the vehicle or vehicles to look at? The driver to look at?
Yeah, on the Saturday, I mean, I would do for the local boys.
Let's tell me about the local boys.
Richard Mohammed, he's coming out there with his RX-7. He is a white RX-7, so definitely Richard will be there. Ajmal, what car? Ajmal is coming with the Miata. A very small, compact car.
So he's doing the drifting thing too?
No, he's not drifting on the Saturday, right?
Okay.
He's just doing hill climb, right?
Okay.
And I mean, hill climb is 3 kilometers of road that these guys navigate.
And it's a timed event?
And it's a timed event, right? The cars don't all run together.
Right.
They would start, and then there's a bracket. I think it's actually, the clock counts down is either 45 or 30 seconds, and then another car will chase.
I understand.
Right? And that's how they do it, going straight up the hill.
So Ajmal is as one to look for.
Correct. And then on the Sunday, you're going to see a lot of local guys coming out. Randall, Raul. I'm not sure if Troy Small is coming out with his evolution. We seen Brong. I mean, the people who follow motorsport know the aliases, right? So
yes.
These guys are going to be coming out, and you see sometimes some regular people just like you will just show up on the day with your Honda, right? And they say, "Listen, I want to enter," and we say, "Sure, come and enjoy it." We show you the safety part of it.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is straight with your car. With all the scrutineering.
That's very important.
Making sure that at least you don't see any major oil leaks or so when you come and you participate.
Yeah.
So win a prize.
So the defending champions, like champions.
Yeah,
the different categories.
I don't have the information for the decks for the last time, but I know last year the fastest car on the hill would have been a Radical. Right. So this year, I'm just saying, I'm not sure if the Radicals will be able to champion it because I know a lot of other cars have been putting energy and effort into preparation. Of course, the fastest car will always be the number one car, but there are different categories in terms of the cars, so you win prizes based on the category.
And you mentioned this is a series there's a series happening right now.
Yeah.
So who's the car that will be leading from the different? Is this the first?
I will leave that for next week because the Rally Cup will come with the data from the series from earlier, and they'll be able to give you who is ahead of the series as it is right now.
Fantastic. This has been a wonderful conversation. But just before you go again, remind them where we start. We're starting on Friday, next Friday.
Yeah.
We have the car show. I call it a car show.
We call it the event briefing and scrutineering. So next week Friday, we have the scrutineering and briefing where we chat with the drivers, but it's compulsory that they all show up there at the Lowlands Mall from 5:30 p.m. We kick things off, and then on Saturday we start at 10 a.m. For patrons and spectators who want to come on down, you could come and park just out on the main road, out at Hope there on the stretch there, and the shuttles will pick you up at the bottom of the hill and carry you up. Your vehicles will be safe because we do have the Toronto Police Service here with us.
Yes.
Ensure safety out in the main road.
Wait, all I carrying them fellas out there with all the white shirts.
No, the white shirts wouldn't be a part of this event.
Because I can't get men to get up there, you know.
No, the white shirts. Fortunately, the white shirts will not be a part of this event.
Never see go and race too.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what's going to happen on Saturday from 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, just at about 11:30, we start the practice sessions out at the parade grounds, where we're going to then have the dexterity. Even the hill climb cars are going to make an appearance out there going through the course.
Yeah.
And then we do the finals for the dexterity and the drift showcase. So there's a lot happening.
Yes.
That's next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend, I would say bring out all the kids. Everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Yeah.
Get in early. Even if you don't get there for the early portion of the morning, the shuttles will be running for the entire day up at Belmont Road. So you could come at any time and they will take you up to a spectator viewing point. The event finishes by about 4:30. Right. So don't come as Tobagonians like to come late, 2 o'clock. Right. Come whole day from 10 o'clock. Pack the cooler, breakfast, lunch. We'll have some vendors out there so you can purchase food and drinks and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But come and really participate. Walk with your umbrellas because the sun is scorching.
Yeah. Dexter, I really enjoyed this conversation, and I think you have given me, some ideas in terms of coming with my vehicle and drifting. I mean, because I can't do it on the road. Them fellas, some white shirts fellas, so legally I can come and do some drifting. I don't know what the hill climb one. I went off the road. They can't find me. But yeah, this song's really, really good. And the fact that you guys are into the third year, and obviously no major incidents, means that you guys are doing something good and adding to Tobago's sport tourism trust in that sense. So I want to wish all the racers, of course, safe journey to Tobago. I'm looking forward to seeing the guy from the UK, and I'm hoping that he brings his friends as well and leave some much needed some foreign forex, in Trinidad and Tobago. But I'm very much excited. It's something that I'm not a motor racer, but I like to see it. I like to see it, and the guys who race and do this drifting thing, trust me, those guys are very, very skillful. There's a place for everyone. You ain't like cricket, you ain't like football. You come and race. But I ain't gonna slug in nobody car. I prefer let me race and them come in. Let them be the passenger in that sense, right? So I'm looking forward to next week. So the racers are gonna come and we're gonna have some conversations with them.
Yes, we're gonna get at least one or two of them.
Yes, that'll be fantastic. So guys, we've been chatting with Mr. Gavy Sandy, president of the Tobago Motorsport Association, and they're talking about their third annual Tobago Hill Climb Festival, which takes place on from the 9th to the 11th of August. Yes, we're looking forward to that next weekend. Guys, this brings us to an end of a sporting segment. We're gonna throw you guys over to Good Morning Tobago with Natalie. Don't forget to share the live. Share the live.
Put a smile on your face.
Welcome to Tobago Heritage, the Tobago Old Time Wedding happening right now at the beautiful community of Mariah, Tobago.
It's something that I've been waiting for from since last year, and trust me, this year they have improved.
It's coming like not only a heritage, but like a harvest, where everybody enjoying themselves, and people could take part in the bush back. You know what I mean? The experience has been wonderful. The weather has been quite faithful to us this evening. The evening is pretty warm, and thus far, we are having a wonderful experience.
Nice vibes, nice energy, and I just love this place.
First experience at the Mariah Old Time Wedding, and it has been fantastic, very electrifying. It's good to see the people out in the numbers, and the rain didn't really hinder the festivities. You know, rain only stops cricket.
I like to see the Old Time Wedding, but what I find is that when they came from the church, the way the crowd was trying to get to see them, they should try and organize something on the street with bleachers or something for the people to sit down and get to see them better, because you couldn't see them so good because everybody run into videotape and take pictures.
The festival has been very exciting. This is our culture, and I believe that the Mariah Old Time Wedding is the crowning glory of our heritage. It's very rich, and it has gained international recognition for very long, and we need to do more to push it forward.
This is my first time ever at the Mariah Heritage. I usually watch it on TV, but my aunt decided to bring me out today, and I must say it's a really nice experience. The church service was very interesting. I really like the Mako lady on the outside. Very funny. I'm really looking forward to the stage production.
My heart is filled with joy to see my son, Cleophas, marry such a geophysically beautiful woman.
Say you said the man get all kind of thing home by you for the wedding. Of course. If me pity I get married and people bring things for me, the right thing to do is to give it to the wedding. Come, let me show you something. Where you get this? Below you so house. Me house? You house. So who house again? When me look out of me window before cock crow, as straight as you house me I see.
All this time, you keeping all the food below your house, Tilly?
I want to be concentrated for all the load I thought to come down here. I would like piece of pork, please.
You do wrong, but we can't live so. Yeah. I forgive you, right?
Accept it.
And I forgive you and your brother. And I want all to take part in it. Tilly, where the pig on? Tilly, you mean all the thief the pig?
All you?
Me not take all the thief the pig?
Me the right eye eyesight all the time. You gonna tell me thief pig?
You thief the cake too?
The cake?
The cake too? I'm going to forgive you, but listen, all you come and do the grand change, eh?
Me no know nothing but that.
Till they are done. I hope I'll choke.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Yeah! We love Tobago Carnival! Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival, we're right here. We're not leaving till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real titans of soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Thank you for staying with us. I am Natalie C.D. Richardson and you are viewing GMT Good Morning Tobago. It is Friday the 2nd of August 2024 and before we get into various conversations with our guest this morning, I bring to you the news in 90 seconds.
The news is brought to you by Standards. At Standards, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Breaking news, a fire has destroyed Dave's Discount Hardware in Canaan, Tobago. The cause of the blaze is currently unknown and more information will be provided in subsequent newscasts. To commemorate the African Emancipation Day celebrations and a month-long of activities for Tobago Heritage Festival, various cultural groups across Tobago took part in the Street African Emancipation Day Parade. The procession started at the Coliseum and trekked through the main street in Crown Point, and several THA secretaries and assistant secretaries were present, along with the participants in the Miss Heritage Personality Competition, along with the winner of the Junior Heritage Personality Competition. The parade concluded at the Storbay Beach facility with a cultural performance under the theme, A People, a Nation, a Journey of the Drums to Freedom. Trinidad and Tobago's athletes will participate in 8 days of track and field events in France starting today. Four-time Olympian Michelle Ahi and Leah Bertrand competed in the women's 100 meters qualifying event earlier this morning. Devin Augustine will compete in the men's 100 meters on August 3rd, followed by Jareem Richards in the men's 400 meters on August 4th and the 200 meters on August 5th. Two-time Olympic medalist Keshawn Walcott will participate in the men's javelin on August 6th, while Nicholas Paul and Kwesi Brown will start the men's sprint qualifying on August 7th. The women's 4x100 meter relay team and Portia's Warren in the women's shot put will compete on August 8th. The men's 4x400 meters team will run on August 9th, and Paul and Brown will close out TT's participation in the Karen event on August 11th. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books, and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
Pamstar Promotions and Charns Bookstores are happy to bring the 2024 New Wave Maths Championships to Lowlands Mall, 8th to 10th August. Participants must be between ages 9 to 12 years. Lots of prizes to be won. To register, call 471-2604. For the best prices on school books, WhatsApp 471-2604 or 371-4824. 3 lucky students will win their book list for free.
Oh yeah! I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun in Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. The Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
Welcome back, viewers. I am Natalie C.D. Richardson, and thank you for staying with us. Good morning, Tobago. It is Friday, and of course, we have a couple of interesting guests with us this morning, and we start off our conversation with two gentlemen, Atiba Martin, Manager of Engineering and Design, and Kino Sami, Project Manager. And you may be wondering what we are going to talk about this morning, so you have to stay tuned. And this you need to listen to. This will impact all of us, and it is relevant information. So, gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to GMT.
Good morning.
All right, so right off the bat, I want you to share with us more information about this project. You know, just give us the general idea where it is and overview of what we're heading into.
Okay, well, Natalie, the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development is embarking on a project to widen the road at the Camby gas station area.
Right.
Right. The objective of the division is to improve the traffic flow along the Okenskio Bay Road. Right? There's a critical 600 meters of roadway that, you know, during peak hours we get a lot of traffic congestion and unsafe maneuvers by vehicles.
Right.
And the division is trying to address that issue with this project.
And we're looking, that's the stretch where the Camby gas station is.
Correct.
Right? And we know for those of us who may use that area, even the traffic, you know, using the gas station, often the dual cart, it turns into a one-way sometimes. And as you mentioned, you know, the unsafe maneuvers we sometimes have to make. Why, and of course you would have hinted at it, there is an issue there, but I also want to know what are some of the other challenges that may exist in that area.
Well, good morning again to Natalie and your viewers. The challenges in that area are basically twofold.
Mm-hmm.
The first challenge is there's a limited space for cars to maneuver. Now, when you enter in the gas station, you use the lane that you normally proceed going towards the roundabout.
Yes.
So if you're not going to the gas station, you would be forced to veer off, and because of limited space, you enter the other opposing lane. So therefore, you create a conflict.
Yes.
Right. So that's the first problem, one of space. The other problem is the problem of how the management of the traffic along that section. You know, there's some vending in the area. There's also the critical problem at the Penny Savers entry there, the car park. They have a north car park where a lot of negotiation takes place between people wanting to leave the car park, finishing their shopping.
Yes.
And those who want to come in. So you get a bottleneck right there.
Although I believe that car park, that's only an enter, but I think people do exit.
Yes,
because if it is on that
yeah.
main stretch, so I think people also need to be aware that the car park, you enter from that end and you exit on the back side of it. So I think people also, if we follow what we are supposed to do, it can also assist as well. So continue, sir.
Yeah, and in addition, I think the proprietor made some provisions in his expansion work to provide car parking under the building, right?
Yes.
And I think to a certain extent that is not being utilized in optimally.
And that is very true.
Creating,
yes. Yeah.
Prolonging the issue.
Yeah.
So those are the two basic problems in the area. So in terms of the solution, of course, we'll be doing the widening, which is the first phase of the project here. We'll be widening the road in the vicinity of from CPO Trace. You would start there,
right?
Get to the maximum width around Sylvester Drive, and we would continue until about 50 meters or so after the gas station. Why Sylvester Drive? We have been monitoring the area from February of this year, and what we observed that during peak periods, the maximum queue length takes you just about Sylvester Drive. That's a distance about 90 meters from the gas station.
Right.
So that is the basis on which we kind of scope the project. Right. So that is the first solution, to widen.
And just remind me in terms, before you continue, Atiba, the widening, because for those of us who drive there and we're hearing widening, we may be thinking, how are they going to widen? Because you have the road, you have a sidewalk, and maybe people's property, or sometimes, they occupy a little more than they should. How is that process going to happen?
Right. So we did some surveys. We used cadastral information for the area.
Right.
Are we able to develop the cadastral superimposed with the topo of the area, which is basically the layout as it exists.
Right.
So we know where the road is, we know where your boundaries are.
Right.
And we're able to confirm that we had enough space to do the widening.
Excellent.
Now the widening is going to take place on the south border of the road, which is where Mukmens and those establishments are. And why, again, we don't foresee an issue with boundaries, because where we widen is really the verge of the road.
Right.
Now, what people need to understand, the road is not, the actual road where we drive is not the boundary of the road. Road reserves have a verge where you normally put your utilities, like your light poles and your water lines. So that zone is where we're doing the widening.
Okay.
And from our estimation, how we designed it, we don't anticipate an encroachment on any of the properties.
Right.
And so I think I could confidently say that landowners should not be compromised worried or concerned about the project.
Right.
The impact of the project, that is, on their property boundaries. So that therefore answers your question regarding the land issues. So we have safeguarded that. So moving on, the other aspect of the solution that we're proposing is, of course, managing the traffic in that zone by putting out no parking signs to make sure that people don't park on the road.
Right. Because you do have businesses on that stretch as well. We've mentioned the larger ones, but you have a bar, you have even where you'd have mentioned, and sometimes people just figure, there's a car parts place. Some people just love to use the roadside to park.
Yeah. So we'll be putting up those signs, and we proposing to engage with the proprietor at Penny Savers, along with Tongue and Country, to see how we could solve that issue with the bottlenecking at Penny Savers, because that, as we have observed in the area, is a major. It's not throughout the day, but of course at certain times of the month, especially in the evening.
Right.
So we want to see how best we could optimize the situation there without compromising his business establishment.
And what kind of impact this will have on the local businesses in the area?
I believe it will improve the economic activity, because it means then that people could do business, more people could do business on a given day.
Right.
So I expect that there would be improvement in the business activity in the area. Residents, just the convenience of driving in that area would be improved.
Yeah.
It would be safer, because right now, I'm sure people are having close brushes with
because actually, and I'm glad you mentioned even the benefits for the commercial owners, because it's an area I often avoid consciously, because if I do my shopping at Penny Savers, and I remember, and of course, well, it is the back exit, but I would use the side road to come out on that main stretch, and I would remember, no, that gas station about now, that's going to be problems. And even if I want to go to the business place opposite the gas station, you know, I'd be like some other time, because I'm not going to fight up with the traffic there. So for at least as a motorist, this is very welcoming, and I'm sure many of you would appreciate that something like this is going to take place. And I just want, again, just for recap, I don't know if we have any images that are going to show the start and the end point where the widening will take place, so viewers could build a context. Not everybody may have a visual because they may not be very familiar if they don't traverse there. And, you know, as you mentioned, the onset of this project, the widening of the roads, any other solutions you all came up with in terms of, you know, fixing, if I can say that, fixing that stretch?
I'm glad you asked that. Critical to the long-term success of this project is sort of reconfiguring the NP gas station there, because we recognize that most of the problematic maneuvers that people make are because of the configuration in the gas station itself. It's not ideal.
And it's
of course,
really
it's
tight,
very cramped for
it's
space.
a really tight space.
So I know Kino could speak more on that, but we have plans in discussions with NP to see how best we could reconfigure especially the gas pump. Sorry, not the gas pump, the diesel pump. And move it and see how we could get our best flow. Because what we want is everybody to join one queue, one line, and enter the gas station and leave and merge back with the
main traffic.
With the main traffic. So to do that, as the image kind of shows it, you would see we essentially kind of creating 3 lanes in that area. Where you see the green cars, that is the queue going into the gas station. And the big vehicles are what we consider to be the design vehicle, which is a standard PTSC coach bus. Right? So we envision that is a probable scenario that is extreme, meaning the size of the vehicles. So our design is tailored to cater to allowing vehicles of that size to pass comfortably. Right? This image here kind of shows the problem that I was kind of describing earlier. The smallest red circle there to your left is the conflict that is created as people try to maneuver away from the line. The next size circle, shows the maneuvers that people make in and out of the gas station that conflict with the traffic as you move. And the largest circle is the illegal maneuver that some of the diesel vehicles do. I'm sure you would see that.
To get to
and
the
they
pump.
get this. So it's important for us to, as part of this solution, to treat with or disallow illegal movements going forward. And what we're proposing with the diesel vehicles is that they come through from all fields and come through Scipio Trace and then join the queue. But of course, all of this would have to be done as we engage with the stakeholders, the Truckers Association of Tobago, the PTSC people. And we want their feedback because ultimately we want buy-in from the public in the initiative. So while we proceed with the construction and widening, eventually we will want to make a final decision on what movements we allow. And I mean, we have something proposed, but we see it as important that we get that feedback before we make the final decision.
And I guess that's why both of you are also here, because it's important that the public is aware of, you know, projects like this. And I also want, you know, I was talking about the layout, and as you widen, I know there is a sidewalk. So will that sidewalk be compromised, or?
No, the sidewalk would be reconstructed.
All right. So pedestrians can rest assured you are also being remembered and you will not be compromised. Your safety is quite important. And if I can bring in Kino briefly, let's talk about the timeline of this project. When it begins, when we hope it ends, what can we expect, you know, from the motorists using this? Is there an alternate route when the project starts? So tell us a little about that.
Okay, so activity on site begins this week. We are already mobilizing. We started to clear areas to store our material.
Okay.
Right. So within the next few days, you will see increased activities at the location. Right, and we expect the project to be finished before the start of school.
Okay.
Right, so that's what we are working.
That is very important.
Yes.
I hope that deadline can be met.
Yes. Well, the only real risk that we have right now is the weather.
Yes.
The weather could throw us off, but we have our contingencies in place.
Right.
We may have to do some night work, or just to catch back the time if that happens. Right. In terms of alternate routes. Right, if you could bring up the image.
Right, so we have excellent images of that as well, so
right, so
you can walk us through it.
So basically, during construction, we will have to we will have to put in place a one-way system, one-way traffic system. So persons coming from the east that usually go by the roundabout and go up by the bank there and head into Camby. They are being asked to make their way down to Allfields North, and then to Scipio Drive and Scipio 3, and then come back to the Okinscure Camby B Road, right? And then they can access the gas station from Scipio Drive.
And is that the images we're seeing on the screen right now?
That's the image on the left. Right, the image on the right, that's more for persons coming from the west, from Boko and those areas. We're asking them to exit to the highway from Camby number 1 down to Hamden Boulevard, right, and then exit to the highway, and then they could go continue east.
Right, and I'm sure there would be signs.
Yes, we will implement temporary signs during construction and permanent signs after construction to manage the traffic flow in the area.
Right, and of course, viewers, not everybody may have the privilege of seeing this, so we're asking you to share the information, let them know that Atiba and Kino were on this morning sharing this. And let's be patient. Sometimes for progress, we have a little inconvenience to go through, but that's part of it. So even the residents, I am sure that you may be wondering, will my movements be restricted, etc. But what I do know about that area, it's not a one-way in, one-way out. You have a lot of side tributary streets, side roads that you would be able to avail. So go ahead, Kino.
So what we are asking, though, is that the public be aware of the alternate routes and try their best. We know that in some of the streets we have indiscriminate parking. Right. That could restrict traffic flow. We're asking the public to please keep the roadway during construction clear, the alternate routes, so that persons could get to their destinations on time. Even though the construction is taking place.
And I'm thinking of your larger vehicles, for example, PTSC bus, because that's a route. Are they also going to be using this alternate route?
Well, not necessarily. What will happen is that during construction we will have wardens by the one way, giving way to emergency vehicle and the larger vehicle.
Of course. All right. And I don't know who would want to speak about maybe some of the technical aspects of this project in terms of, there may be, utility posts or just, relocation of some of the infrastructure that is already there.
Well, Atiba could get into the technical stuff, but a key part of this project is stakeholder engagement. And we took the time and effort to engage all utilities. We engaged the persons, the residents that would be directly impacted by the project, so that they won't be caught unawares, right? And even like in the case of Wassa, we will be doing a lot of road work, so the heavy equipment and the roller and the compactors will be operational. So the line may erupt. It may erupt, right? But in the case that it does erupt, we are in constant communication with Wassa so that we could get a quick fix. And the guys at Wassa said that they could do a repair within a day.
Yeah, of course they can. So, of course they can. I wouldn't say anymore. Of course they can. So it's good. It's good to know that all these conversations are taking place, because I know the goal is to have a positive outcome and of course a smooth flow.
Yes.
Right. So this image that you're seeing there is basically an illustration showing you what the widening would look like at the ground view.
Right.
So to your left, you would see the utility pole that we have.
Yes.
We have the sidewalk coming right. You see the sidewalk we established, and then the 3 lanes essentially would be existing at the are the major part of the project. So, and the size of those lanes would be 3.2 meters, and one which is essentially the entry lane for the gas station would be 2.5 meters roughly. All of that happening within the road reserve. I also want to say that we try to keep the scope of the project limited in terms of the widening that we would do. We kept it below the EMA requirements.
Right.
And we've maintained that so that the project could move forward as quickly as possible and achieve, all the while achieving the objective.
Right.
I think we were able to accomplish that. And one of our other concerns that we wanted to ensure that we didn't have was too much disruption.
Yes.
Because of course, it's a busy area, and we really wanted to contain the scope of the project.
Right.
So it's about 200 meters long, the scope of the work, and we achieve a maximum widening of about 1.7 meters from where it actually is right now.
Right. Okay.
So it's not much that hopefully, it's not much that would be impacted in terms of the changes that we are going to be making. And we hope to really get out of there as soon as possible so that business activity and traffic could run smoothly in the shortest possible time.
And as we look to wrap up, gentlemen, I just want our viewers to know how can they keep abreast of what's going on with this project, if there are additional changes, or just to be reminded of the alternate routes, where can they get additional information and updates as this project begins?
Okay. If it is the public has a concern that they would like to have addressed, they can reach out to the project management office in the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development. That number is 635-1506. For updates, the division's Facebook page will send out the regular updates.
Right.
It's a fluid project. We have to do on-site and on-site observations as we roll out, and we may make some alterations. And when we do make those, if we do make those alterations, we would put out notices on Facebook and through the mainstream media. Right? We'll give regular updates. If it is we have to close a street or restrict movements on a street, we would put out the requisite update and keep the public informed.
Right, so viewers, those of you, especially if you are living in that area, it's your responsibility to ensure that you look for the information. I know many times we accuse the government, THA, at whatever level, oh, we didn't know and they didn't tell us, and oftentimes some type of communication was released. So keep your ears on the ground, keep abreast of what's happening so that you can make the additional plans and not have your life really disrupted. And again, the project is supposed to begin from next week. Well, I guess mobilization has already begun, right? And we are keeping our fingers crossed and we are saying our prayers that it will finish with the targeted end date of the end of this month, right? August, so that school and the traffic that usually ensues with that period will not be, that interrupted or become too stressful for those of us who use that area. So I don't know if there's anything I may have left out that you may want our viewers to know, or we covered it all, gentlemen?
Well, I think we covered everything, but we'll just like the public to know that the expected outcome of this project, our objective is to improve traffic flow in the area, to enhance safety, and to improve the economic fortunes of the businesses and the proposed businesses that will come in the area.
And I saw one of our viewers commenting that just move the gas station, but you don't just want to interrupt business like that, that's not how they operate here, right? It may seem as though that's just the issue, but you have other businesses as well, and the traffic will continue. So this is good that engagement took place, and it's not a case of just getting rid of the gas station that may seem as the solution, but really dealing with the issue and improving the area for those who are using it and those who are living there. So gentlemen, thank you so much. All the best. I would hope that, everyone remains safe on this project and you are able to execute your objectives. So thank you for sharing with us this morning.
Thanks
Viewers, we go for a break, and of course we want you to be right here when we return.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong.
Welcome to the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort, where we will be hosting the very first annual CM Golf Academy Charity Golf Tournament. Some of the proceeds from this tournament will be going to my childhood school, the Montgomery Government School, and our neighboring school, the Boko Government School, where we will be assisting students in various needs. We'll be having players from all over the globe, friends from Canada, Barbados, and also here in Tobago and from Trinidad, and few friends from America as well. So you can come here in the land of sea, sun, and sun, and come and have some fun with us here in Plantation.
Said I'm falling, falling, I'm falling. As I lay in my bed with my head to the ceiling. Say I'm drowning alone and I'm lost in my feelings. Somebody send me a sign, cause you know that I need it. Carnival, come back to me, cause you know you're my healing. I said it's okay, it's my therapy, therapy, my therapy. It take away all of my anxiety, anxiety, my remedy. I tell you that we all need love. Jump up and show me love, wind up and show me love. Together say we are.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. When I'm around you, I feel like the heavens has come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road. It's a miracle.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Welcome back, viewers. You are viewing GMT, and it is Friday, 2nd August 2024, and thank you so much for staying with us. Joining me again, I don't know, I'm surrounded by gentlemen this morning. I have two gentlemen again, and we will be talking about the St. Patrick Anglican Parish Ancestral Walk 2024. And with me this morning in studio is Errol Caesar, chairman of the Ancestral Walk Committee, and Wade David, a member of the said committee. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Natasha.
And thank you for joining us
for
this morning here. And of course, we're talking about the Ancestral Walk. This is not a strange calendar event in Tobago. And, you know, we'll talk a bit about it. For those of you who are maybe visiting the island, never heard about it, or even reside here and you just missed it for the last 20-something years, don't worry. You'll get to know about it this morning. So if I may start with you, Mr. Caesar, tell us a little about, you know, this walk and the genesis of it.
Okay, well, our Ancestral Walk started around the year 2001. It was the brainchild of our current bishop, who wasn't the bishop then, the Reverend Claude Berkeley, and another member of the church, Brother Harry Thomas. And it came about because of one child of a slave, Jane Lovell, who would have been around when her parents, who were then slaves, were toting bricks from Mount Irving to Mount Pleasant to build the St. Patrick Anglican Church.
Wow.
So the whole idea focused around that, the fact that the enslaved people brought the bricks from Mount Irving to Mount Pleasant, build the church, and now the church is our legacy, and we have the theme for this year, reconciliation, our legacy. So we do this walk in commemoration of our ancestors who would have built a church that we now own because it has been passed on to us. And
you have a beautiful place of worship.
Yes, it is indeed a beautiful place of worship.
Yes. And
we try to encourage people to come out there. So on that day, we have a reenactment at the Mount Irving beach of the landings of the bricks, because what used to happen was that they used to bring out the bricks as well for construction, but also to be ballast on the boats that brought the bricks. And then they would take back sugar to England because sugar was king at that time, and Tobago was a great sugar producer at that time.
Right.
So every year on the first Saturday after Emancipation, we usually have our ancestral walks. It's sort of like the tail end of the heritage. It's still our heritage.
And that was my next question. Is it that this date is intentional?
Yes. So that it is within our heritage celebrations and all that sort of thing.
Right. And you mentioned the history of the walk, how it began. How did even the genesis of that, I mean, understanding your church's history, who would have, you know, done the research? Is it that the story was handed down through generations, that you even know that this is how your church was built?
Well, this came from traditional knowledge, and we also have the fact that the person, Jane Lovell, she's actually buried at the front of the church.
Okay.
All right. So we had anecdotal information that allowed us to put the information together.
And even that is so important in preserving our history.
Yes, it is.
Stories and handing them down generation through generation. If I can bring Wade in the conversation, tell us when this walk is going to take place. We know it begins at Mount Irving. Kind of walk us through without giving too much, because I want those who may have never gone at the end of it, I want them to, you know, say, yes, I have to check that event out. So give us a little idea about the walk, when it is, where it is.
Certainly. First of all, the walk, the Ancestral Walk 2024, takes place on Saturday the 3rd, beginning at 6 a.m. at Mount Irving Beach. At the beach, there we will have our reenactment of that brick collection process that Mr. Caesar spoke about, in which the enslaved persons would have taken sugar down to the ship, docking at the beach, at the bay, and then collecting bricks to manually take them. So after the reenactment, we have a communal walk to the church along the roadway, and we're inviting the public. This is not just for the parishioners, but it's a commemoration of our history, as you rightly said. After the road procession, we'll be joined by a tambourine band that will accompany the walkers to the hill of the church and up the hill.
Yes.
Sorry. Right. After the walk, we will have a cool down. Obviously, the walk would have begun with prayer and a warm up, so we'll cool down.
And so you're walking from Mount Irving to the church in
Mount Pleasant,
right?
yes, definitely. After that, we are also inviting the public to a traditional breakfast in which we will serve African and Tobagonian traditional meals, such as cornmeal porridge, kong kong te, susumba soup. We have a goosey soup as well. We will have dirt oven bread and cassava bread. And I'm certain that the Tobago public and the our visitors will welcome that. After this, we want to show a documentary that teaches and connects us with our history. And after which we'll have a cultural program and a keynote speaker, Dr. Maria Dillon Remy, who will expound on our theme, reconciliation, our legacy.
Right. It sounds like a full day. All right. Starts at 6 a.m. And I appreciate the fact it's not just a walk and then you have your sales, etc. But you are continuing to educate not just your parishioners, but those members from the public who, you know, make themselves available for the event. I want to talk because the theme is reconciliation, our legacy. And I want to go back to you, Mr. Caesar, as chairman. When you talk about legacy, what do you really mean?
Okay. So in basic layman's language, a legacy is something that is left to you, right? And the church has become our legacy. Yes, the enslaved persons would have built it, but it wasn't their church. They built it for the slave owners, for their uses.
Yes.
And they would have been the ones sitting outside possibly while others were inside.
Right.
But now we are in control of the church. We have African people who are ministers in the church. We have African people attending the church. Not that we are leaving out anyone. But I'm just saying
but
that,
yeah, the history.
Right? So,
yes.
so the legacy that has been left to us is one of our faith and the church.
Yes.
And reconciliation has been one of our core values within the Anglican Church. And we are saying that we need to reconcile what we have to where we are at this point in time. So it's our legacy because our ancestors built it.
Right.
Our ancestors walked through roads. They didn't have pitch roads. These were tracks made by human feet and by animal feet and by probably wheels and that sort of thing. So it would have been a very hard journey for them to have to undertake. So now we have that legacy, but we have to keep it. Our legacy is known worldwide. This church, the picture of this church is very iconic. And I have heard a story about a person who saw it on the internet and actually traveled from as far as New Zealand to come to Tobago just to see this church itself and that sort of thing. So it's also a tourism boost, but we have to maintain it. We have to keep it.
Right.
And right now we are in the process of doing that because we have some challenges with our stained glass windows that have been compressed because of the nature of the structure. And so we have to deal with that.
Right.
And that sort of thing. So we keep that legacy, we keep the history behind what is our legacy. And we hope to use that as a marketing tool for our church itself and also as a product of Tobago's tourism because we are a part of the National Trust. The church is recognized by the National Trust of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. And I want to bring Wade in again, you know, the importance of taking part, because I think many times we don't understand our history. We don't appreciate it. Of course, you would have children in your congregation. How important is it for the children, not just in your congregation, but in your immediate church community, to be a part, to understand the significance of a walk like this? And it's not just for entertainment per se.
No, it's an exercise of identity, identifying with our history, our heritage. The St. Patrick Anglican Church was completed in 1843, making it the oldest surviving church in Tobago. the early parishioners of the St. Patrick Parish would have been of African descent, and some of them are our direct ancestors, such as Jane Lovell, mentioned by Mr. Caesar. We also have Edward Douglas, and we have this knowledge based on the birth, baptism, and burial records that still exist in the church, right? So when in participating in this walk, it's an exercise in identifying with who we are as a people. And although we would have come from various backgrounds in Africa, various ethnicities, cultures, languages, we found a common cause. Our forebears found a common cause or a common ground in Christ. So this is also the reconciliation that we are pushing for this walk, that although we are different still, we have a common ground in Christ. We are one in the body. So we walk as a form of communion as well.
Right. So again, I always think it's important to understand the genesis of these type of events. Even our Heritage Festival, we closed off yesterday. Many people just see it as entertainment, but they don't understand, how far these stories run. But it's about time for us to wrap up. So I will allow you gentlemen just to talk to our viewers, encourage them to be a part of this significant walk to take place tomorrow.
We welcome one and all. We want everybody to be a part of this exercise. And just to expand a little more on the breakfast that we have in.
Yes.
It's all local. It's salt fish. It's smoked fish, and that sort of thing. We have bhaji, stewed bhaji leaves. We have stewed dashin leaves and that sort of thing.
And sometimes I think some of our children are not even aware of these things. They eat, the fast food and that kind of thing. So it will be good to bring the children out, expose them to this. You may not cook it, but at least bring them to this event so they can see, learn, and also taste.
What we also want to do too is to leave you with 2 tickets. And I know during the day, the people who would be doing other programs, if you're not here to do it, could ask questions based on the flyer that we have left with you.
Okay.
And encourage people to come out and encourage people to call in. But it's educational. It's beneficial health-wise for persons who want to have a little exercise in the morning and all that sort of thing.
Definitely.
And it's also spiritual in a sense.
Right.
That it provides for that sort of comfort within you, right? Because of the faith-based approach to the activity.
And Wade, before we close off, is there a registration fee to walk? Do I have to pay for breakfast? What's the cost? Tell us about that as well.
Right. So there's no registration fee to walk, but in the brick reenactment, we have not actual bricks, but we have mock bricks at a cost, Mr. Caesar, of
$10.
Of $10. So you can buy a brick and walk with the brick along the procession route. Breakfast is at a cost of $50. $50. Right. And we encourage all to come out, and not just on the day, but also we invite one and all to fellowship with us at one of the 4 churches in the St. Patrick Parish: St. Luke, St. Nicholas, St. Francis, and St. Patrick.
Right, very well. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and we wish you all the best with tomorrow's event. We pray for good weather, and I know, as I always remind us here and said, the only thing rain stops is cricket. So if it's a little overcast or light rain tomorrow, the walk will take place. Yes, gentlemen?
Yes, it will.
Definitely. So thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. And before we close off, I just want to say a special good morning to Dion, Amika, and Maya. I met those 3 individuals at the Mount Irving Bay Resort at the front desk, and they are very friendly, helpful. So keep up the excellent work you guys are doing over at the Mount Irving Bay Resort, and may you all, the entire staff, have a great day today. So viewers, it is Friday. I know the weekend, some of you are still in holiday mode from yesterday. You didn't go to work today, all right, for whatever reason. And just enjoy. Those of you who are holidaying, enjoy our beautiful island. Keep it clean. Let us keep it safe. We know that crime is an issue, but and even as we talk about the ancestors, they would have worked so hard to bring us to this point. We need to take back our Tobago and we need to stand united because the criminals are few in number, and we need to take a stand against that type of living and let them know, not on our beautiful island. So that's it here from me this morning on GMT. Again, enjoy your weekend. Have a beautiful day. It's Friday, and stay safe. Thank you.
Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
We love Tobago Carnival!
Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival right here. We're not leaving till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful!
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel, and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real titans of soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, Ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free, and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security, and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Every time, every single time.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcast